What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Talk and Draw, where I talk and I draw. And you watch if you feel like it, or you just listen, because that's the main point of the series. Okay, let's get into this episode. If you didn't watch last week's episode, be sure to go check that out. I'm going to link it in the description, and I'm going to put one of those little card things at the top of the screen if you feel like clicking it from there. But yeah. So, before I get into today's topic for episode 2, I just wanted to say, my bad for not uploading the skit last week. I'm trying to get some things figured out with my camera situation, because I got really, not upset, but just disappointed in the quality that I had for my older skits, because I feel like, at the very least, they can look better, you know? The edits are nice. I feel like I get the joke across pretty well most of the time, but I just want the camera quality to be a little bit better, so I'm figuring that out now, and I will be making a skit sooner or later. They're coming. They're in the works. I'm just trying to get the visuals right. So, because I haven't talked about this before, and I feel like I should, because lately it's really been pissing me off. I work in a restaurant. That's like my main job, at least right now. Helps me get school money for the equipment that I use to make these videos, my art supplies, and even this little bonsai tree that I'll probably edit in a photo of, because I can't show y'all unless I turn the footage on, but I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, this past week has just made me angry. Working in this restaurant amongst a whole bunch of people that I just know I don't like, and for the most part won't get along with, has damn near pushed me to the point of no return. You know, I'm not saying I'm going to commit any violent acts, but at the same time, don't be surprised if you see my face in the newspaper. Niggas don't read news. Now, when I'm talking about this, I don't want it to come off as me, you know, just being someone who complains about the work environment. Because I feel like everybody complains about the work environment. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect. I'm working for corporate America. Is it corporate if it's a small business and a restaurant? I don't know. That's not the point. Basically, if I don't complain, who will? You know? So, we gonna talk about it. Given the area that I work in, the demographic of people that I am serving this food to, more often than not happen to be high esteem, and I don't mean self-esteem, I mean like prestigious. They're rich. I'll put it that way, they're rich. When it comes to these rich people, there's no difference okay, there is a difference. There's one distinct difference. There are those who are polite, and there are those who are complete assholes. And more often than not, I'm dealing with the ones that are complete assholes, because my manager doesn't want to take the time out of her day from her already stressful life to go and deal with people who like to treat the employees like shit because they feel like the service is incompetent. Nigga, you're incompetent. Go eat somewhere else. Let me give you an example. So, it was a couple of months ago at this point, but I haven't let this go because this is probably the most impactful experience I've had with a rude customer. So, it was these two Indian ladies. Their race has nothing to do with it. It's just for you to get some visuals. I could have just said two ladies, but you know what? Whatever. It don't matter. I'm gonna keep going. It was these two Indian ladies. A daughter and a mother. They ordered the food. I took the order, which I don't normally do, but they were the only people there, and my manager wasn't outside, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I put it in the system. My manager sends the order into the kitchen. They cook the food. I take the food out. Everything's cool. It's fine. I'm drinking my water. 20 minutes later, I go to check, see how they're doing, and like, almost none of the food has been eaten, you know? And it's like, what's the issue? So I go over there and I ask, and I'm like, is everything okay? And they're like, no, actually, everything is not okay. You see, the food we ordered is supposed to taste better than this. I'm sorry? Yeah, the food we ordered is supposed to taste better than what you gave us. So, I would like a refund. I'm not making this shit up. This actually happened. So, trying to be the respectful person that I usually am in these situations, I said, well, ma'am, I don't think that's possible, given that you've already taken a bite of the food. I'm assuming so, since you said it's not as good as you would have liked. We can't give you a refund because you've already eaten off the plate. So, that can't happen. And then she proceeds to go on a rant about how her family owns multiple lines of restaurants across the state and in other places in the country, and she decided to come eat here because she wanted to mix things up. How about you go mix up something at one of those other fucking restaurants then? I didn't ask you to come here and complain about the food. Nobody told you to come and eat here. Given this is just what I'm thinking, as she's screaming at like the top of her lungs, very indecently. But that just pissed me off. I didn't even know what to say in the moment. You know, like I knew what I was thinking, but I just couldn't bring myself to say it. I was appalled. I was like, why are you doing all this? Like you have no manners. What's the issue? You ordered the food, you got the food, you didn't like the food, okay. You still ate it. Pay for the shit and leave. You didn't have to do all that. And it happened so much that it's just like, do people not know what common decency is? I feel like that's just been lost over time, you know? Because in the culture that we live in, where it's just so easy to go and write a review on a restaurant, most people have learned not to make a scene, you know, at the place that you're at. Because now you can just get shit canceled. Our whole restaurant could have got canceled, which I'm glad it didn't, because I would have lost a lot of money. And you may not have ever seen this video. Although that's just one example, and I don't want to dwell too much on the negative side of how people interact with me and my coworkers at my place of business. But some of the nice people, for example, this one lady, I just broke something. As I was saying, this one lady who was treating a party, well, I'm assuming was her family, her bill, if I remember correctly, it was around like $3.50, because the food at our restaurant is pretty expensive. It's good, but it's hella expensive. Like, if you get an appetizer of basically just fried shrimp is what it is, with some spices on it, that's gonna cost you about $21, and it's only 6 shrimp. Sure, they're kind of big. They're not that big. They're not that big. Point is, the food costs a lot. Her bill was around $3.50 at the time, and I was, you know, serving the food to their table and like making it easy for them to navigate the plates and everything, because they were passing them around and sharing the food family style. And at the end of the night, when she was about to leave, she gave me a $20 tip. She was like, "Good on you for kicking ass. Keep doing your job. Take care of business." And that made my day, you know? Like, it was nice. Like, I'm not saying you have to give me money to make me happy. Or do you? But yeah, I feel like that kind of sums up the good and bad sides of working with people who aren't your coworkers. I haven't even gotten into that yet. I can make multiple skits off of that aspect of the job alone, which I actually will. That's going to be one of the few skits that I drop pretty soon, actually. I'm working on the script. It's pretty funny, at least I think so. I hope y'all like it. Anyway, that was just a little bit of a rant. This episode wasn't as introspective as the last one was, which again, if you haven't seen, go check it out. I'm gonna link it in the description. Thank y'all for all the support on that, by the way. And before I close this out, I just wanted to say to be sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. You know, stay tuned to the channel for more content like this. Again, skits will be coming back soon. But for now, this has been Talking Draw episode 2. I appreciate you for watching, and peace out.